It varies agency to agency. We've had some agencies where officers wear their seatbelt, reportedly wear their seatbelt 70% of the time, almost always. And in other agencies where that's more like 40% of the time, and it attritions from there where almost some 17, 18% don't wear it at all. And some of the factors, and one of the biggest factors when we talk to officers, are things such as counterbalancing with other officer safety risks that carry more concern to them. Things like being shot, being trapped in a vehicle, being assaulted, even though the research shows us that they're just as likely to die or have be seriously injured from an auto collision. But it's that perception that those are bigger safety risks to them. And then other things deal with technical equipment issues, some issues dealing with accountability. Even though they may have a policy, they don't believe it's necessarily held accountable to it. And so on the flip side, those officers who believe, for example, there's accountability, they're more likely to wear the seatbelt. Those officers who understand, who have very careless or even personal knowledge of being involved in a collision are more likely to wear a seatbelt.
What we have endeavored to do is reinforce a safety message predicated on people acknowledging value of their own personal safety. But we have a busy profession, it's a demanding job, and in the heat of the moment, those things can be overlooked. So what we do is every Tuesday we engage with the department personally, and we have a conversation about where we are with the program and where we are with our safety and how many accidents, providing a statistical view on how successful we're being as an agency. But that's not really how we accomplish our mission. We persuade people, and in doing so, we reinforce that message outside of those Tuesday sessions with broadcasts on the radio. So our public safety communications every 6 hours broadcasts a new safety message every week.
I think some of the practices you can have at an individual level, so improving accountability, improving training, but I think the reality is maybe putting those all together in a comprehensive type of framework where you improve the training on officer safety issues, you improve the equipment that's used, you improve the policy, so it's a much more comprehensive approach to address it, and they're self-reinforcing to some degree. The other issues to consider as well is if you want adherence to policy and change, and this is an emerging issue in our field, is thinking about things such as organizational justice, where officers are much likely to adhere to policy and policy changes if they believe that the agency is fair and there's trust and there's buy-in that the agency actually cares about them.
The process is important because the only way you can actually impact a culture is to constantly reintroduce that message. And again, if it's one presentation in time, that will fade. But if it's constant small reminders, and I will stress this, constant subtle reminders as well. It's not overbearing so that people become irritated by it. It's just a little bit in the background. And again, that's the hope, that traveling at a high rate of speed or approaching an armed confrontation, that little subtle piece will pop back into their consciousness, and it causes them to not rush to resolve that situation, to make sure that they find cover as opposed to immediately moving to the confrontation or slow the car down.